Hey everybody, it's Ty Hicks, results coach and national influence and leadership trainer. So excited to have you here today. We're talking about something really fun, which is how to make fear your bitch, okay? If you've got things that you know you need to be tackling right now in your life, but you're afraid of them, if there's something that you need to say to somebody that you've been worried about saying and you're just not sure what the consequences will be, then this video is for you. If you want to master this skill forever, okay, then you need to pay attention to what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So how do we address fear? The first thing that I want you to understand about fear is that all fear equals potential growth. All fear equals potential growth. And you really need to commit that to memory, because once you start to understand that anything that you're fearful of becomes a signal to you that you have the opportunity to grow, and you really equate fear to growth, then that now means that anytime fear emerges in a situation, you no longer have any reason to be afraid of it. You actually have every reason in the world to be excited and to be thankful, honestly. Because everything that you have that makes you feel fearful is causing you to feel fearful because it lies outside your comfort zone. It lies outside of your sphere of mastery, as I like to say. Meaning, it's something you haven't addressed before. It's something you still feel a little wary about. And that means that if you're able to act on the fear, if you're able to act in spite of the fear, then you will necessarily grow as a result. Do you see what I'm saying there? And so, for instance, let's take the example of saying something that you're afraid of saying. Well, if you reach a new level of honesty, you actually buck up and say the thing, then you'll have grown, right? You'll now have developed more so that emotional muscle of being able to speak your truth even when it's inconvenient for you to do so. If you're afraid of asking for that promotion, if you go there and do it, you actually ask for the promotion, you're probably not going to feel too fearful the next time it is time for you to actually go and do it, right? You're going to develop that muscle. So in other words, the more you embrace fear, the more you move through the fear, the more you grow because of your fear, the actual more stuff you can do in your life, the more powerful you become in your relationships, in your business, in your health, in your finances, everything, okay? The more you're able to stand up and stand through your fear, walk through it, then the more you're going to be able to grow. So just understand for right now that all fear equals potential growth. That means you need to get excited about it. Now, let's talk about a couple concrete steps, and let's start in the context of your biggest fear. So really quickly, I want you to identify what is your biggest fear right now, okay? Is it saying the thing that needs to be said? Is it asking somebody out on a date? Is it breaking up with somebody that you should have broken up with a long time ago? Is it asking for that promotion? Is it, putting yoururself out there in a new career or a new industry? Is it what? I mean, what is it that you have not done that you need to do? Okay, find that, pinpoint it, get clear on it right now. And now let's talk about how you can address that. Now, here's what I want you to do. Now, again, here's your choice. Your choice is either to watch this video, to pretend like you're actually changing your life, and to not do anything I'm telling you to do, or to actually take action on the things I'm prompting you to do. Okay, so you make the choice. But let's just be honest about what it is. If you're not taking action on the things that I'm telling you to do, then you're just lying to yourself about actually improving your life. So you figured out what that biggest fear is, okay, and you know what you would need to do. Now here's number 2 of what I want you to do. You need to commit to somebody who will not let you back down. So right now, think, who is somebody that if you told them you are going to do this, that they would not let you not do it, okay? Typically, I tell you to avoid best friends, your lover, your parents, family, okay? Those are not good candidates for this because they love you and accept you exactly as you are right now. So if you come back to them a couple days later with an excuse or a rationalization as to why you didn't do it, they won't, give you any grief about that. And that's not a good thing. You need to find somebody in your life that is not going to let you get away with this. So maybe you have a coach of your own. Maybe you and I are already working together, and you and I have already talked about this. That's fantastic. Maybe it's your boss or a supervisor. Maybe it's your old high school football coach. I don't know what the case is, but you need to find somebody who's going to call you on your crap and who's not going to let you back down from this. Okay? So you figured out what you need to do. You've made the commitment now to who it is that you need to commit to. Now, the next step you need to do is to not think and act. And this is something that you need to understand about addressing fear. The longer you sit and think and mull over it, the less likely it is that you actually take action. In fact, the work of Mel Robbins shows us that you really have about 5 seconds once you know you need to do something to do it before your brain shuts it down as a possibility and you fall back into the old pattern or old habit. So what that means is you have got to shut the brain off, don't think, don't analyze, and act. Just do it. So here's the metaphor I'd like to give you. Think of a fire swallower, okay? Here's a vivid image for you if you've never seen one. So a fire swallower, what they have to do is they obviously have to swallow the fire, but the way they do it is they have to wrap their mouth around the fireball completely. They have to snuff out all of the oxygen, right? They have to just go for it and completely consume the fire. Because the biggest way that fire swallowers get into injuries is they kind of go to swallow the fire. They wrap their mouth around it partially, but they don't go fully for it. And that means that the fire burns the inside of their mouth, causing them a lot of pain, right? So the point here is that fear works exactly in the same way, okay? If something comes to you as something you need to do, then you know you need to do it, and it causes a little bit of fear in you, you have that 5-second period to swallow the fire, okay? Because otherwise, if you sit there and you let it fester and you let yourself think about it, then you're done for. It's going to harm you and you're gonna fall back into your old habits. Instead, you need to just eat the damn thing and move through it, okay? You just have to move directly through it. Thinking over it is not gonna help you. In fact, you actually have to shut off the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that concerns itself with making rational decisions. You need to shut that off and just move. That's what you've got to be able to do. Now, here's the good news. As you develop that reflex, that muscle that tells you, okay, this is the thing I need to do it, then it becomes more automatic, okay? And that's how you really build momentum in your life, and that's how you conquer fear for good. If right now you're feeling very timid, very fearful, and not like you go after the things that you need to go after, it's because you've built up the muscle of retreat. So now you need to build up the muscle of advancing, okay, and walking through these fears that emerge for you. So it's not that challenging. It really isn't. Here's what you need to do. The best advice comes from Mel Robbins. She's got a little trick she uses called the 5-second rule. So you know you need to do something. Your heart's telling you, hey, I really need to do that. What you need to do is not think and instead count to 5 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and act and just do it. And the reason you need to count is because if you're counting, you can't be thinking and rationalizing and figuring out how you're going to get out of it. Instead, it kind of shuts off that prefrontal cortex and gets you to just move. So that's what you want to do. You could also count down from 5 to 0. I personally do 3, 2, 1 because I like it to be a little more immediate and I don't want to have any extra time in there that would cause me to not take action where I need to. Now, the beauty of this is, and I'm sure you've experienced this, have you ever had a moment where you were afraid of something, you did it, and then afterwards you're like, that wasn't so bad? That's the case 99 times out of 100. So just do the damn thing. Stop thinking and do it. Don't think, act. That's what you need to remember because you're never going to think your way into doing something. It's not going to happen. Shut your brain off and just do it. That's the way that it's going to get done. So ultimately, this is how you make fear your bitch. If you do this repetitively, then you're going to end up building the muscle and it's going to be that much more powerful. Keep an eye out for the video I have coming to you next because it's going to be on how to write your own mission statement, which I'm very excited about. You need a mission statement, but you need one that's going to actually do you some damn good. So tune into that. It'll be a very powerful video. Thanks for tuning in on this. Make sure you go out and commit to somebody who won't let you back down. What you're going to do, go out there and do it today. Don't just talk about changing your life. Do the damn shit that's going to make your life move forward, okay? Do it today. Write to me. Tell me about your story. I'd love to hear about your story of success. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you again next time.